Hey, you guys. Neen here. Neen Reactions. I don't know. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. So, right now I'm on here because there's so much content out here in the world. I don't know what to tap into first. I got so many ideas or so many ways I want to go. But I do have a quick story time about a psychotic neighbor, right? So, I moved in this apartment from a shelter program that we were in, me and my son. And I've been really trying to be mindful of my actions and how God is directing me. You know, I literally, when they say Jesus takes the wheel, take the wheel, please. I was on that, and I'm still on that. Dealing with some health problems. So I um, had been walking home, taking my son to school because I didn't have a car. And my neighbor had stopped me. And she was like, "You don't have to walk. Get on in this car." Hey, well, since, our sons go to the same school, I have no problem taking them. So I was like, "Ooh, thank you, Jesus," right? So then everything was all well. Then her car broke down, right? So, but she had been telling me about her life and how she wanted to work on her relationship with God as well. And I was trying to be of a support, as in, I'm 10 years older than you. How about let me talk to you about something so you don't be in, I'm pretty much enjoying my stay out the way life that I have now, my less is more life that I have now, more so than I did before, right? Because when you live in a shelter and things of that nature, and you don't have anything, and you had to sell everything just to move back to your hometown that you can't stand to be in. So God has blessed me to keep a roof over me and my son's head. So I'm not working, haven't worked. So I'm asking, talking to God, and I'm like, okay, God, you got me sitting at home. I talked to my pastor. I'm like, God got me sitting at home, Pastor. What should I do? I'm waiting for this. I done filled out for disability, blah 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 blah, whatever the case may be, right? And so he was like, well, maybe there's something you should do where you live, like connection or whatever with people. So that was my type of vibe. I only move when God moves me to move, and I only speak when God tells me to speak. However, I'm still struggling and battling with my old self or myself and how I would normally react. I don't have that Tabitha Brown goodness. It takes time to acquire that. So, let me see. Did this cut off? Give me 1 second. Okay. No. See, this is my little makeshift situation. Anyways, um, so I met this girl. Okay, she seemed pretty cool. Her name was kind of like my daughter's name, so I was like, oh, and she's younger, so I was, just trying to give tidbits and things of that nature. But she never listened. So, and most people her age, you don't listen. I remember me being in between 30 and 35 and dealing with the loss of my mother, and then my daughter being paralyzed. Like, for almost 2 decades, it's just been like coasting, you know. Um, Not in a position to really hear God. Now, when I moved back, that was all I had, or death, right? Was to turn to God, or I didn't want to be here anymore, right? So I'm really taking into account the people that come into my life. I mean them no harm, right? So anyway, so her car breaks down, and then she turns around and she calls her extra person or whatever, um her person that she quote unquote shares a kid with that's of same sex. Anyways, hold on. Casey got me doing something. Tell my man the FBI might be. Ain't no FBI. He think the FBI come get him, y'all. Anyways, go ahead. I'm finishing. Let me get the story out because it's gonna seem long. Anyway, so hopefully that lets you know that this is, real deal. And I'm really I'm on here to talk because I don't quite have a therapist yet. Going through the motions of it. But I figured this is a way for me to get things out and to share and to see what other people think. And I wasn't gonna do a story time as of yet because I don't know what I'm doing with this channel. So her car breaks down. She has somebody to come over to help get their son to school. Now, mind you, anybody with a heart that is like willing to help people, that person, I would believe, wouldn't mind taking another kid that's going to the same place and you ain't got to get out your car for no reason. Kason, please stop. Stop. Back off now. Go in there and watch TV like you said you were going to do. Anyways, so I asked my neighbor if it was okay for him to ride one day. And she's like, oh, it should be okay. So anyways, split it on the head. Long story short on this part, the other chick didn't want to take my son. She didn't want to help nobody else. So I already caught that vibe. But I was just like, you know what, whatever. You were meant to be a lesbian because you're not that attractive. There's no man that would be attracted to you at all. So, and that's my feeling and what I'm saying right now. But I have been learning to keep my opinions to myself, because opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one, right? So, but when it came to my son not having a ride to school, and this girl that's supposed to be, we getting close, praying together, all this stuff. So she's saying that, you know what I'm saying, she wants to, grow her relationship with God. So, but her actions aren't showing that. Her actions aren't showing that. She out here in these streets. She for the streets, but everybody can be reformed, right? So, so me and my son kept walking. He had to get to school. So for her to drive past us and not care, how can you be a person that cares? You only cared about your son, which granted, okay, cool. But I would have said if this was my person that I wasn't with no more for real, and the only thing we share as a kid, I'd be like, girl, look at here. I done made this commitment with this new friend of mine that I done met. And so since you can't take her son, then that's okay. I don't need you to come over here and do anything. That's what a real one would do. Did she do that? No. Did she come over here and over to my place and explain it to me like a grown woman? No, she didn't. She sat up there and didn't say nothing. So we took a whole month of not speaking, right? Which I should have took my cue in. She shared a lot of stories with me. She said she wasn't. She said she was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know how crazy. And we ain't even got to the even more crazy part yet, right? So then we clinked back up again. My son would be playing with her son and the kids. We didn't put the kids in it at all. She didn't put the kids in it at all of us not talking. So everything was good and kosher, whatever. So we started clinking up again or whatever. And so, I ended up speeded up. I ended up getting blessed with a car. So thank you, Jesus, right? Friend of mine, I got to get some work done on it, but at least I'm not walking. Amen. Because nerve damage and walking do not go together. Not for long distances. It really don't. And I hate wearing, I can't, it's uncomfortable for me to wear shoes. It's uncomfortable for me to wear socks for real. Like, no one knows what I'm going through because it's in the inside of my body and I can't tell them. I can't show them what it is. I can't do nothing to show them but my medical records, but they don't believe me. They think I'm faking, whatever. Fuck out of here. That's how I feel about it. Just get the F out of here. Leave me alone and don't bother me. And that's even close family and anything like that. So let's kick it forward. So she needed a ride, blase splee. Of course, she gonna pay me a couple dollars. Hell yeah, I'll take you. It ain't too far. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't working no more right now anyway. So she had asked a neighbor to drive her on these up. She asked this particular day, she had asked the neighbor to take her. So the neighbor said, yeah. A couple hours later, 2 hours before she had to be at work, neighbor calls her, another neighbor calls her and say, my bad, I'm not going to be able to go. My husband's coming home and he wants me to go somewhere with him. Now, in a perfect world, that person could have said, hey, can you go to work early? Because I need to come back because my hubby wants me to go somewhere with him. Or, hubby, can you give me a few minutes? Let me go run her to work and then I'll be right back and then we can leave. There's a lot of things that could have been done. None of those things were done. So she came over here and asked me, could I take her to work that day? No problem. Again, I know that she had helped me. So if she needed anything, I had no problem to do it for her because I don't have much to give anybody back for doing anything for me, but whatever I got. So I got a car, we got a ride. You know what I'm saying? You need a ride here and there every now and again or whatever the case may be. So, so I said, yeah. So we get in the car and she all turned up. She turned up because number one, she run her mouth too much. She always on the phone talking to somebody and letting them gas her all the way to fuck up to where she just, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her up. Fuck her, da da da. She's so animated. It's so fucking ridiculous, bro. You know what I'm saying? She a black chick, half mixed though, but hate white people. But all your friends is white. But you hate white people. That don't make any sense, and you're half white. You're half white. I don't give a fuck if you grew up around a bunch of black folk. You are not of full African descent, African American descent, African descent, whatever. You half. You half. Racist ass. Anyway, so she expressed that she was a racist. I'm not. I get down with everybody because we all are dealing with something. And I'm not going to say that I would turn away from white person, Asian person, whatever, any nationality. I'm down for whatever. If they open they open to say hi or whatever the case may be, then I'm down for that. So anywho. So she was telling me how upset she was because she understands that girl is married. However, she felt like she should have pulled rank. She should have been above that lady husband. And I'm like, okay, and then we left it at that. So the next day or so come around, I come over there, I go over her house, and she's like seething, right? So then I noticed this little gift that she got on her by her TV, and it's a light that the neighbor that couldn't take her, she apologizing this whole time, right? Apologizing for not being able to take her to work. So she had bought this ahead of time or whatever. But the glass where the light kind of shines through, it was a picture of her grandmother. Because she grew up with her grandmama, so she know God, is what she would say, right? Because she grew up, her grandma raised her. Well, did your grandma raise you to be trying to kick in people's doors over shit that you gave, that you approved to give to my son? No, I don't think your fucking grandmama, she okay that type of behavior. And this type of behavior that you're displaying, no wonder nobody wants to fuck with you. So anyways, that day she's sitting there and she's like pissed off that the girl is even continuing to contact her, took her gift and still talk shit about her behind her back. I don't know why she keeps sweating me. I don't know why I told her it's cool. Why this bitch and she's turning up and I'm like, but the woman is married, bro. She's like, oh, I understand all that. But she still told me she would be able to do something for me. And I'm like, okay, but who are you in the ranking of a woman and her marriage? Like, what are girl by? Like, you got to understand the ranking of the shit, right? So I'm sitting there because I'm like, we did not address that situation with the car thing and how you played me and my son to the left. You know what I'm saying? And not grabbed your balls if you had some and stuck out here and walked like I did. In pain and all. But just because your sensitive son don't want to walk, you just said fuck it and fuck you and your kid. I'm gonna make sure my kid get there. Right? But you complain about this bitch that you don't want her around. Y'all broke up, blase sleep, but she all up under you all the time, always at your house. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, I have boundaries with my son's father figure. I have boundaries. He don't come in my house unless he lets me know he coming. When he comes to pick up my son, he pulls up outside. He calls me and say I'm here, and my son walks downstairs. I have boundaries, and other people don't have boundaries. And you know why? Because that person can come with those few couple of dollars. That person can come with that little weed. It can come with all the things that she need that you should be capable of getting on your own, and you shouldn't need nobody to do that for you, grown woman, right? Hold on, let me check my camera. This is get off my phone. Sorry. And I'm gonna put this up exactly the way it is, cause ain't nobody. I might try to figure out editing a little bit, cause I do have some pieces where I had to turn the camera another way, cause I gotta use my little phone here, right? So, anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm like getting kind of perturbed, because I'm like, how are you gonna be mad at that neighbor for choosing her to go with her husband over you? How do you feel like that? Like, she was supposed to deal with that. She called you in enough time. She probably knows that I have a car, so you would have been perfectly fine. You weren't stranded anywhere. You weren't destitute anywhere. Nobody left you anywhere. So you didn't need to be still angry. And you accepted a gift from said person. So how mad were you? You didn't send her ass down the hallway back with her gift. Bitch, I don't want it. Bitch, don't call my phone no more. No. So anyways, so we sitting there, and then she's going through all the ways that she had helped me. She gave me a doormat. She had on Monday, her son, her 18-year-old son, or 19, whatever old he is, whatever. He needed to go to GameStop. I took him to GameStop. He asked me about if my son had a game. I said, no, my son doesn't have a system. So that's why you see him playing outside so much. It's because he's not strapped down to no type of system but YouTube on a tablet or phone or anything like that. So he was like, you know what? My little brother got like two of them, and he got like 3 Nintendo Switches and da da da. Let me see what I can do, and maybe we can get casing, one of those Xboxes. And I'm like, you don't have to do that. Let me see. He's like, give me till Wednesday. And I'm like, okay, cool. This is Monday last week. So I was like, okay, cool. Okay, but again, never asked this young man to do anything. He's a sweet young man. He didn't have to give my son that. He got him a controller to a DoorDash here. I didn't expect none of that. I didn't ask for none of that. I didn't ask for your doormat. The only thing I asked for her blow dryer, because she got a comb on it. Like, girl, why the fuck you got white people here? Why the hell do you have a blow dryer with a comb on it? That don't make no fucking sense. Like, girl, you think you all the way black, huh? Anyways, so what else? So then, so he had given him the Xbox. Came over, helped us hook it up, set it up. Okay, so then this argument happens on Thursday, right? So all day, rest of the day, Thursday go by. All the rest of Friday I was supposed to take her to work, not pre-argument, because, okay, so then while we sitting there, she going through all the ways she helped me. But I'm like, how you gonna be mad at that girl for doing what she did for her husband, but yet you did that same thing to me? You chose your shit over me. I can't tell, this is what she said, I can't tell her what to do with her car. You could have told her to go shove her car up her ass. Because you a friend, right? You so-called yourself to be fucking loyal, right? And I'm saying that with the aggression that I have, because I can't hit the bitch. I can't do shit. Because if I go to jail, my son, I'm all he got. And I ain't nobody got no bail money. And I ain't trying to lay down for no motherfucking money neither. So that's why I have all the aggression. Excuse me. So anyways, so after we sitting there, I had going back and forth, and I'm telling her and explaining to her that, did you come over to a grown woman and explain to me that your significant other, whatever she is, did not want to take my son? She thought about it for a minute because she kept talking shit, and then she was like, oh, you know what? Yeah, no, I didn't. Okay, you didn't. So what you need to do is evaluate yourself as a friend, man, because you did the same thing. But did I hold it against you? I just matched whatever the situation was. You was walking around here faking like you wasn't talking to me, bitch. I wasn't finna wave a bad eyelash to you either. So anyway, she asked me to leave her place. So again, as I'm going out the door, I said, you need to evaluate the friend you think you are. So then she is standing at the door and doing all this, and she gonna talk about somebody who was talking about the fact that she was gay. Bitch, I don't give a fuck that you gay and you take plastic dick. I don't care. Okay? I really truly do not care. I'm sorry that you're gay. I don't care that you're a lesbian. I don't care. Make me no damn man. Love who you love. Everybody's here to get everybody here. We love everybody. I love everybody. I don't care what you're doing. It ain't none of my business nor my concern. And I didn't bring any of that up. So she's sitting in the house. I can hear her yelling, talking about how she gonna F me up. So I'm like, you ain't about to do nothing. And all I hear is her son holding her back because she like a little chihuahua trying to get at somebody and shit. Do you see me? I will choke the shit out of you. I will choke you before my hand will be around your throat before you fucking land a punch. Before you land a punch, man. And you're going to get all the aggression that I may have. I just touch me first. That's how I raise my kids. That we don't start nothing, but we will damn sure put a pin in it, right? Can you please let me finish this? Because this stopping is stopping me. So go away. Go in the room. Please. I'll talk to you in a minute. Sorry, y'all. He loves attention. I don't know. Anyways, so anyways, that was Thursday. Friday go by. Saturday, I went to a back to school event. I'm not working, so they had an opportunity for my son to get a backpack and get a couple school supplies. So that's what I did, right? So all day Friday go by, all day Saturday go by. My son go outside to play. Come back in, wop, right? So Sunday happened. Sunday come along. I go to church. I get back home. I'm in my room. And all I hear is boom, 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 boom. Like someone is the police. Now, I'm not really sure because I'm like, what is that? I had to turn my TV down. I'm like, what is that? This bitch is literally kicking my door in talking about your son kicked my, she put these old ugly ass scarecrows outside her house. Gonna talk about outside her apartment door. Gonna sit up there and say, your badass son kicked my stuff down the hallway. I want my Xbox back. I said, you gave it to him as a gift, man. So no. So then she was talking all type of shit. Steady bamming on my goddamn door. Now, come to find out, she got all her rooting crew over there that's egging her on. Like, wow, like for real. So I was like, well, bitch, you're going to have to call the police. And they going to have to tell me what to do. Give it to you. Because I'm not giving you shit. You gave it to him as a gift. Your son gave it to my son as a gift. Why should I have to give you anything back? It's not yours anymore. It was given as a gift. So then she calls the police and she going on and on talking about she just want peace and she just want her property back and blah, blah, blah. Again. Her son, her 18-year-old son, went in the house and asked her if it was okay. Asked his little brother if it was okay. And then he brought it over here. Now, mind you, I really do think that her son never really wanted to be friends with my son. I feel like she was bribing his ass. Just like she got to bribe him to go outside. She got to bribe him to go anywhere else with people, with family folk. She got to bribe him to breathe. So, let's see what else happened. So then the police came, and I was like, oh, let's not be on no Sonya Massey shit up in here. It's this white man came. And I really hate that I didn't really dig into that racist thing because she's literally turning on her Karen white voice in front of this officer like, I just want peace. I've been living here for 7 years and she's had problems with multiple parents. I had an issue with one parent because her son breaks everything that my son take outside. So we had an issue. Then I had an issue with another parent out here because she took my son's Sonic plushies, took them from him. She did it, and I don't care because they never shown back up. So she took my son's plushies and she put them in. She took them from him, said he wasn't gonna get them back. So I go over her house, da da da. So those are the two people that I have had a situation with. Now, mind you, let's say that again. She's been here in this same apartment for 7 years. Right? Because I don't know if she's sucking on a dick or some shit, but she just can be late and don't have to leave. And I was looking at the apartment.com and they want $1,200, $1,300 for a 2-bedroom apartment here. How the hell is she still on the Kanye workout plan at $850? That don't make any sense out of all this time you done been here, man. But okay, cool. Keep it like that for me too. Make sure my rent don't go up. So anywho, so when the officer came, he was like, so how much is the Xbox? I'm like, it's an Xbox One. So it's old. I don't know. It's used. So I don't know how much it costs. I said about $200. So he was like, okay. And when I said I wasn't giving it back to her, she was like, all right, well, I'm about to fuck your car up then. I said, okay, then we're going to have a sit. So you really need to call the police now. So then I explained to him the situation. He was like, is it worth it? He was like, you got to live here. You know what I'm saying? You got to stay across the hall from her. Is it worth it? I said, it's not worth it. But I'm like, it's kind of effed up for a grown woman to snatch something back from a child that you honestly gave it to. Lied in front of the officer to say she didn't give approval. Bitch, lying her fucking yellow face off. Lying her fucking face off in front of that officer. You know what I'm saying? So I gave it back. So then I go, and then that's that, right? Gave it back. Told him, and the officer came back out of her apartment, and I told the officer, I'm like, look, did you talk to her about my property? She better not touch my property. And she was like, as long as you don't touch my property. I said, bitch, you ain't got none. Oh, these little scarecrow and these pumpkins right here are my bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Right? Anyways. So then, remember, if you scale it back, I said she gave me a doormat that she had over there because she was switching out because she embraces her white side with this, I got decorations for every holiday or every season, right? That's white folk shit. I'm sorry. I love my white people. I love y'all. And I love how festive y'all can be. We had that luxury, but not really. We have to go over that auntie house that had the money or had this to see nice things and this, that, and the different decorations all the time. I didn't see that always, and if I did, it just probably wasn't in my house. Or again, it was like whatever. I don't think my mom did that though. So that was that. So then I go outside yesterday, or I come back and take my daughter to work, and she takes the fucking doormat. I was like, you have to be the most pettiest chick in the world to take back a fucking doormat. See, that's why she'll never be married. Because in a divorce, that bitch would take the ice cube trays. She would take the plastic part to hold the toilet paper roll on the hook. She would take all that shit. She would take the stick out the plunger. You know what I'm saying? She'll take all the dish drains out. You know what I'm saying? That shit petty as fuck. To take back a fucking doormat that your ass probably didn't pay for either. Now, mind you, she talked all this shit to me, got into an argument with me over this other neighbor chick, right? And the fact that I would not agree with her ass about, oh, you should just be mad at her still. No, let that shit go, especially if she's apologizing and she bought you a damn gift. She didn't have to do none of that shit. So tell me who the fuck's still around her house? The one that bought her the gift? The one that could still take her to work? She ain't want to rock that boat. And I don't want to give a fuck to be friends with now nobody I met over her house. They ain't up here. They down there. They down there on that level. You know what I'm saying? Got motherfuckers that sell crack to people. You got another white chick that thinks she black. You know what I'm saying? I guess people think that they black just because they have some kids with black men and things. And then the other neighbor, I didn't care to be friends with her like that anyway. So I just wanted to give this little story time because I was just like, bitch, you took the doormats? And you know what? Somebody gave me, I was going to the plasma center to try to donate plasma just to have some money so I could buy some things for my son for school last year. And my iron was really, really low. And the nurse I had talked to, I was telling her I was crying a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and just saying that, okay, this ain't going to be the way that I get no money. I got to depend and lean on God. Everything that I've tried to do on my own to try to make money of what I know, of how I know, that's legal, it's real quick, um, every turn, God don't let it happen for me, you know. So I've been getting beat down. Just God will take you down through there, right? So the nurse at the plasma center gave me a little vial that had a mustard seed in it. And she said, you see this in this jar? It's all you need. Just a mustard seed of faith, right? I gave that girl my mustard seed, not knowing that it was Satan that I was giving it to. I really feel like weak spirited individuals are easily accessible by evil spirits. I do. The weaker your spirit is, the further and further away you are from God, and that's on period. I love my life and my little less that I have. I love my life right now. I wish I would have had this. I stopped drinking. Drinking caused the nerve damage, so why would I continue to do things that hurt me? I'm still not 100 on everything. I still smoke. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta get that monkey off my back because that don't help either. But I'm working on me and I'm working on myself and I'm working on my relationship with God, and that is the most important thing for me and my soul. Not everybody ready for that, right? Some people have to be taken down through there for real, right? But then, as women had did for me after I lost my mom in '09, like a lot of ladies had come in my life that played that role to tell me, oh, don't do that. Oh, no, you should do it. Oh, I don't think, and I probably didn't. I know I didn't listen, so why would I expect for her to listen to me? Who am I, right? So, that's my story time for today. Living across the hall from a psychotic neighbor and praying that this shit ends. And I did go buy me a doormat. It says, hello there. Reminding me of Tabitha Brown, y'all. when she gathered Wendy Williams all the way together. Okay, she gathered her all the way together. Very godly. I'm working on that. I hope I get there one day. It's so beautiful to see. Whoever watches this video, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, maybe subscribe. Help a sister out along the way. I don't know what I'm doing with all of this stuff, and I say this at the end of every video, but I know God is driving this force, right? So I'm going to trust in Him that I'll work everything out. So I want to thank y'all for listening to me rant for almost an hour, or maybe like 40 minutes. I don't know yet. I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. And thank you for just clicking on this video and listening to my crazy ass story time. The next story time I will have will be my 87 days, or the 87 days spent in a shelter and all the shenanigans that went on in there, which I swear there's been so many things in my life that I could have went viral on, man. I could have been in the millions, man. I could have by now. There's so many viral moments over the past couple years, bro. They have absolutely nothing to do with me. I don't know how people catch things like that because I don't. When I'm in the middle of something, I don't think to grab my phone. Like I don't, cause I'm in the moment. But just like with Trump and his ear getting nicked, psych. Um, and that lady was holding that camera real still. See, I ain't got that. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking now. Y'all have a blessed day. Like, comment, consider subscribing. All right. This is Neens reactions, Neens whatever, Neens what you want to talk about. All right. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.